understand the union of masculine and feminine and light and dark. And I think when you can possess both of those qualities and find that sweet spot, you can be all things, masculine and feminine, strong and fragile, light and dark, all of the many layers that make us human, all of the complicated layers that really make us women, powerful, amazing, vulnerable, feminine, badasses.
Don't need you. Tell me what I can and can't do. I'm in charge of what I feel. It's just a game I play for fun, but I already...
Hi, my name is Amie. Like, comment, and subscribe to Lux Media Studios. They are awesome.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Loving Your Life, Be Authentically You with me, Amie. I am so excited to have you here. And if you like that music at the front, that is my daughter, True Istina, TRUE_ISTINA.musicofficial on Instagram, and True Istina. Go check her out. Go show her some love. I am so proud of her. She's got some music videos coming out, and oh my gosh, just a proud mama here. So also I want to let you guys know I have happiness coaching. So if you guys are in need of some happiness and you're like, how can I get some happiness internally? Please come check me out at thetruehappiness.com. I'd love to chat with you and to just help you to achieve your own true happiness. But I am so excited. So without further ado, I get to share my wonderful guest, Brooke Burke, who is an incredible friend of mine and someone that I am so proud to call a friend. And so let me just tell you a little bit about her. So she is the CEO of Burke Body Wellness app, which is amazing. Go check it out. The host of Penn and Teller Fool Us, mother, philanthropist, and an entrepreneur, and so much more, because we always are. We always carry so many hats. So thank you so much, Brooke, for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. I know we've been trying to get this scheduled for a while. So I'm in Malibu, where we spend a lot of time together working on ourselves. I'm at home right now in between juggling work, life, and family. It's almost dinner time here, but I'm so happy to carve out some time because I think you're an amazing woman and I'm honored to do your show.
Thank you. Thank you. I really am amazed at honestly, your true authenticity and how you show up from the real world, from being my friend, from even the classes, everything you do, you're authentic. And that's really hard to come by. So how do you step into your authenticity? Like, was it hard to do? Is it something that took time to do? Can you tell me about that?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. Well, first of all, thank you. I am authentically, unapologetically me. I probably could not have said that if you were interviewing the 20-year-old me or the 30-year-old me. It took time. I mean, it's been a process of learning, of self-discovery, of self-actualization, of owning my journey, of learning how to live out loud without judgment and shame, and realizing that everybody's opinion is really none of my business and I just get to be who I am. And I've been so blessed and fortunate to guide women on their journeys, to hopefully inspire women on their wellness journeys, to work with women from all over the globe at different stages and ages of their life. I live in integrity, Amie, and I feel like being authentic is one of the big parts of that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, I love authenticity. We smell anything that's not authentic, don't we?
Like, back away. Yes, I love that. And that's what you show. And that's honestly what really attracted me to you when I first met you.
Thank you.
Was your pure authenticity, even through your app, because I was doing your app. So let's go back a little bit. I was doing your app and I loved it. And I was just like, it would be so cool to actually do a class with you. And
I remember when we first met, it was just so amazing. I don't know if your memory is like my memory, but I remember you being in the front row and all I kept noticing was this giggle. And we were like, if everybody can imagine, we were like in a hardcore body sculpting class, changing our body, toning our body, sweating our asses off, breathing, struggling, listening to music, like collective energy. It was incredible and super challenging. And there was Amie just like giggling. And I kept thinking, who's this woman giggling? Well, we're all sweating and moaning. And what's her story? And I really wanted to know you. And you kind of floored me when I took time out to speak with you and connect, when I began to really understand you, who you are and your journey and what it took for you to be where you are right now. And you sit in a space of such light and authenticity and honesty. And commitment that I mean, we just instantly connected. And then I opened up my community and my inner circle and tribe here in Malibu to you just for love and support. And really, that's why I'm here too, because I think whatever you're going through, you have to find helpers and you have to ask for help and you have to ask for favors. And more than likely, people are going to show up for you when you do that. Not everybody has the courage to. And I find you to be a very brave and courageous woman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is so
And we also laughed and pretended like we were on Star Search and we lip synced songs with a hand weight that we thought was a microphone, and we acted ridiculous, but we laughed through the sweat and the challenging moments. So I have great memories sweating it out with you at Rafi Lounge for sure.
Aw, thank you. Thank you. I remember like in between the part where I wasn't doing it and then I was doing your app and then I got the diagnosis and then I was in the wheelchair and literally your class was the first class I went to after I got out. And I was like, you know what? I'm not letting this take me down and I'm going to push forward and I'm here and I'm doing it. And that's just why I was like, I have to just be grateful. So grateful for where I'm at. And so that's what it was.
I mean, you're a testament to perseverance and commitment and mind over matter. And I watch you in a sea of a variety of personalities and strengths and fitness levels. And in the midst of everything you're going through, you just show up and grind, and no one would ever know the gunfire that's going off in your head. True, everybody. I mean, so true. It's amazing to me. It's amazing.
Thank you. Well, I was like at that moment too, when you opened up your heart to me and said, hey, what's going on? And that was something that not many people will say. Like, how are you feeling? What's going on? They're like, yeah, okay, I don't really want to hear it. But you were like, no, really. Like,
well, it's interesting in the English language, the how are you is simply a salutation. It's not really technically a question. Nobody really gives a shit what the answer is. It's just sort of like a, hey, how are you? I'm so-and-so. Nobody really stops and really gives it to you straight. And you did. And I was like, tell me more. Like, I want to know more about you and who you are and really how you are. And that's where our friendship began. And uncensored honesty and truth. And that's what being authentic is about for me, and living a life in integrity. That's how I see you.
I'm so grateful of our friendship, and I am just, you've done so much. So thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I want to talk about how you do your classes because I think it's amazing. Like these classes are not just like, let's just work out and do the normal things that we do. There's so much that you do that's like psychologically changes us and changes.
I hope so.
It does. Changes our mindset, helps to connect our body, our soul alignment. You help us to like center ourselves.
Thank you.
That's like a healing journey in itself. So tell me more about that, Brooke.
There are so many ways to heal. And there are so many things that I do to elevate my own energy. So Burke Body was once upon a time a fitness app. And then we moved into Burke Body and Soul. And now it's an intentional wellness platform that streams everywhere where you can get apps. But for me, it's really about connecting. It's about community. It's how we move our bodies. It's how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to our bodies, how we meet ourselves with love and acceptance. And everything that I do is about bringing us back to a place of self-love. Self-care equals self-love. Without that, you cannot grow. Without growth, you don't have energy. So it's really quite a simple formula for me. We move our body, we sweat, we sculpt, we tap into all the trouble areas, we target tone. But for the most part, we breathe. We learn about our bodies. Even in yoga today, I loved our class today. It was so hard. It was like 100 degrees in there. So challenging. But the other side of that struggle and the other side of those challenges, I think, are the game changers in wellness. When you can show up for yourself, when you can make a commitment, when you can carve out time and make yourself a priority beyond the bikini body, beyond the booty burn. I can show everybody how to do that, and I wouldn't be that great. But if I can show you how to find time and create space, how to breathe, how to release, how to meet yourself, how to check in, how to do a body scan that's about strength, weakness, vulnerability, power, tension, attention, like all these things that you hear me preach. It really is a weaving, like it really is a union of mind, body, energy for me. That's what longevity is about, living longer, stronger. How do we do that? Why do we do yoga? You've heard me say in class, it's not a workout. It's not a practice for me. It's a necessity. Meditation. Okay. We all struggle with it. Me too. It's just a moment to do nothing, if possible, to calm down, to listen, to come down, to see, right? And then to connect as a community. That's what I'm all about. That's why I do so much in this space. It's why I built Soul Creek Wellness. It's why I teach yoga classes. It's why I teach sound baths. Why I have sisterhood circles. You've experienced a healing from that.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds very woohoo, like everybody's doing that here in Malibu. But truly, we're going back centuries to healing modalities that are tried and true that heal. Whether you believe in God, the sun, whether Buddha is your, like whatever your lifestyle is, you have to find people in ways that feed your soul, that light your soul on fire, right? That allow you to have a come down, that allow you to lower stress levels. So that's what I'm doing, I think.
Yeah,
I think
you're giving us all those modalities and ways of centering ourselves, because in our world, normally we're working, we're constantly busy, all these mamas, right? We're doing things, and single mamas, and it's so hard to find that moment to just center ourselves and to breathe. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like with me, I used to do really shallow breathing more, and you were just even telling me, just breathe. But also with that is to feel safe.
Well, you just, hit the nail on the head, because safety, fear gets in our way. There's so many things we don't do because we're afraid. Am I strong enough? Will I be good enough? Am I capable? Can I afford it? Do I have time? Will I show up in my highest good? Like there's all of these things that are standing in our way of making commitments and trying new things. Breath work being one of them. A lot of people don't want to carve out time. A lot of people don't want to be still because they're afraid to meet themselves. That's the hard stuff. It's much easier to box everything up and wrap it up and put it away. I promise you it's going to show up when you least expect it, and especially when you don't want it to. But through breath work, we're able to calm down the nervous system, quiet down the noise here, tap into our heart space. I started guiding breathwork classes and became a breathwork facilitator because it changed my life. And you and I have had some very intimate, very powerful, very healing experiences through breath work. I think everyone should do it. People often ask me how much breath work they should do. I'm like, well, depends on how quickly you want to change your life. So like, these are the free things, right? Vitamin D, Mother Nature, community, breath, all of the things that are available to us. And yet we seek all these other quick fixes and spend an extraordinary amount of money paying other people to tell us how to do what we need to do, where I like to just bring people back to a space of truth and enlightenment. And breathwork is amazing, so powerful.
It is. I remember the time I've done it twice already with you, and both times were like, they were transformational, like completely transformational. Things were coming up that I didn't even think was there. Like it was just, emotions and, and then again, to feel safe. And I remember you coming up to me going, "You're safe." And that was one thing that I was like, okay, that I can just let it go.
Because, well, you're right. And I became sidetracked thinking about breath work, but you mentioned safety. And I think if we feel safe, we can open our mind and open our heart to self-discovery. And it's hard. I mean, you have to surround yourself with people that support you. Not everybody has that. We have that here in Malibu. I've created that here in my wellness space. But in your love life, in your partnerships, in your friendships, it's not always possible in the workspace and professionally, the community that we create and that we enter into. But in our private lives, if we can create people that are raising our average and uplifting us and supporting our highest good that are there to elevate our energy. I think there's safety in that and freedom in that. And safety and freedom really do go hand in hand, I think.
Believing Before Seeing, a new bestseller by Candace Barr. Order your copy today.
They do. In all relationships, like you said, in partners and everything.
Sure.
That's so important.
So important.
So important to be able to be vulnerable and open and honest, and for us to just be in our own authenticity. And once women step into our femininity, it's beautiful.
I agree.
It's so beautiful.
And you've heard me speak a lot about that: strength and weakness, power and vulnerability, masculine and feminine, sun, moon, light, dark, all of these different energies that I think really have to have a marriage. Think about men in our lives that we love. Men that possess feminine qualities are just badass, strong, tribal, powerful men. It's the man that's not really in touch with that, who has such ego that he's got this masculine facade, right? It's the same thing with a woman. Like, sometimes we're misinterpreted for strength is associated with being powerful, being bitchy, being it's just like, it's very confusing to me the way the world sees it, because I really understand the union of masculine and feminine and light and dark. And I think when you can possess both of those qualities and find that sweet spot, you can be all things, masculine and feminine, strong and fragile, light and dark, all of the many layers that make us human, all of the complicated layers that really make us women, powerful, amazing, vulnerable, feminine, badasses.
Exactly.
Right? What a time to be a woman.
Yes. And not running away from it. I think that's the thing that we as women do, right? We run away from it. Either we're running away from being really feminine because we need to be strong and we need to support, we need to be in the family and we got to do everything. Or we feel too feminine and then we're being like, it dominated, or we feel that there's like this sense, and you have to have that balance.
It's really challenging. And I work with a lot of people in this space, and you're absolutely right. We are so strong because we're so capable. It's like our bittersweet curse. We're so capable as women and mothers of just showing up and doing it. I mean, we can be sick in bed with the flu and we can still get our butt up and drive our kids to school because they got to get to school. I'm not sure everybody can do that, but we seem to have this superpower as women and as mothers to just keep going and going and going until we can't.
Yes.
And that's the scary part for me, that if we can learn how to create boundaries, if we can learn how to replenish, if we can understand how to fill our cup before it's empty, I think we can sustain those life demands. And it's midlife crisis, it's a health scare, it's depletion, it's fatigue, it's a break. I mean, there's so many things that are on our plate that we have to learn how to manage them, but we also have to learn how to go, whoa, wait a second, I need some me time. I need some self-care. I need some wellness rituals that are non-negotiable. So you know me. Yes. My rituals are non-negotiable, and I have a lot on my plate. I wear a lot of hats. I have a lot of kids. I have 5 kids at home. I have 6 between my fiance and I, and a lot of jobs, and life is demanding, but I really understand the value of self-care. So that's why I've created this playground for self-love and self-care. I know how to reset and reboot like my inner software. I know how to recharge my batteries. Yes. Otherwise, I'm useless to everyone, including myself, And I give a lot. Like, my little life force is just tapped. But then I know how to fill my cup. I didn't know that as a younger woman. I didn't know that as a younger mom. I didn't know that with my first and second child. I know it now, and I'm a much more powerful, much better, much stronger, much more feminine, strong woman at this stage of my life in my 50s. I'm glad Scott met me at this stage in my life. Lucky him.
It's always the right time. It's like because if it was earlier, and I get that. Because we always change. So if you would tell me one of your, I know you do, of course, the yoga, I know you do all of that, but what would you say one of your self-care rituals would be that you would recommend to the people watching?
I have so many. It's interesting. I was just doing a post today. I'll have to share it with you about 10 things that I'm doing different this year that have really elevated my game. I always I'm researching and I'm always learning, and I love to surround myself with brilliant people that are wiser than I am. Brilliant people that are wiser than I am. I love to garden, and I love to spend time in nature. I love to walk barefoot outside. I love to bathe naked in the sun. I love to walk. I'm doing that a lot more now, actually working out less intensely. You wouldn't believe that today as we were in yoga class, but on other days, I'm learning how to walk. I'm learning how to connect. Maybe it's with my daughter. Maybe it's with my partner. I'm learning the value of mobility. And it's not always that boot camp class. It's meeting myself with time that I can carve out for myself. I get so much out of walking. I actually think it's an amazing way of changing your body. Mother Nature has so much to offer us. I just recently started drinking 60 ounces of water. That's what this is, in case you were wondering. It's not a cocktail yet. There's no vodka in here. This is the full juice of a lemon. And when I say full juice, I'm talking skin, seeds, pulp, juice, everything. I take a whole lemon and I put it in a blender, a full blender. I blend it. It lasts 2 days for me. I drink that top of the morning. Detoxification, minerals, so many nutrients. Mother Nature didn't tell us to squeeze the lemon and throw it away. Right. So everything we need is in the skin and in the peel. And so there's lots of little things like that I'm discovering, because I'm in the wellness space, but I'm always researching and discovering new things, how to fuel my body, how to meet my body, how to create my own energy, even through all the roles the stages, the roller coaster that I'm on right now. Mother Nature isn't always very kind to us. Menopause, all of those things. So I'm learning how to create my own energy and how to sustain that. What else am I doing differently? I'm sleeping when I'm sleepy. Maybe that's the best bit of advice that I could give you. There's tremendous value in rest and recovery. It's a big part of my wellness plan. I listen to my body. I let myself recharge maybe on the weekends when I don't have to get up for school. But I go to bed when I'm sleepy. Okay. I'm pretty boring at home. I don't have a great social life at night because I like to be home. I like to eat early. I want to sleep when I'm sleepy. I like to rise with the sun. I want to be rested and ready for my day and ready for my kids. So that's new for me. And not the most fun, but I know how to listen to my body, and I'm really tuned into that right now. And I think yoga, meditation, breath work, conversations like this, conscious connection, spending time with people that are valuable to me, really leaning into things that bring me joy, hold me accountable. And that's non-negotiable for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
list is long.
I love it. No, I love it. I'm like, okay, this. I love it. I love it. But really being conscious, right? Really thinking about what we're doing for ourselves and self-love. And again,
and why? Like, what are your ins? What are your outs? What are you bringing in? You've heard me talk about that. If you were to make a list on a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, do this with your children. It's amazing, Amie. Draw a line down the middle. Rapid fire writing, don't overthink it. Our mind gets so on our way. Tap into what's real and your truth. Line down the middle. What are you bringing in this season? It doesn't have to be this year, it doesn't have to be this decade. What are you bringing in this season? What are you getting rid of? What are you bringing in? What are you getting rid of? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? What do you need more of? What do you not need anymore? And these can be simple things, plant-based meals, more time with friends, better nutrition. I want to try a new class. What do you want less of in your life? Gossip, toxic energy, negative people. What do you want more of? What fulfills you, right?
Right.
What lights your soul on fire? What brings you joy? All of those things really speak to me. Ins and outs, I think, are a practice that everyone should do. I just love that. So easy.
Yeah. It's interesting. We were doing the tree today. I was kind of doing that. I was like pushing out what I don't want anymore. I was like, go out of my space. Like
we were in tree pose in yoga. No, it's powerful because you tap into core center truth, honesty, inner knowing, intuition, all of the things that are there to guide us. So yeah, I did see you going through that and I was so proud of you. And you're so strong, by the way. I've watched you go through your journey. I've watched you grow. I've watched you struggle. I've watched you show up. I've watched you be honest. I've watched you cry. I've watched you giggle more than you cry. And I just have to tell you that you're a remarkable woman, Amie. You're an inspirational woman. Your story is beautiful and it needs to be told. And I'm so happy that you're doing this. And you inspire me. You really show up in all the stages and phases and struggles and challenges of your journey. It's astonishing. It's remarkable. It's amazing.
Thank
It
you.
is.
No,
You're
I'm
welcome.
smiling, but I'm
Don't
gonna
cry.
cry.
Don't cry.
You're
I
gonna
mean
make
it.
me cry.
You know that I adore you.
Thank you. I adore you
You're
too.
welcome.
Seriously, I think that my healing journey couldn't have been the way it is if it wasn't for you. So I am
Oh,
literally, I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
well, that is so kind and so generous. I'm just a woman that reached out to another woman like you because you would do the same thing. And there's something so joyful for me. Look, the love hormone, oxytocin, it's an act of service. It's something that feels good when you give, when you show up, when you take care of yourself, when you take care of another. For me, that's what drives me in the space that I'm in. I've loved being on this journey with you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I love it. Well, we are basically out of time. Can you believe it?
We could talk for hours. I'll
I
come back.
know.
We have
Please
so much to
do.
share. I have so
Okay.
many tools that I would love to share. I'm just here to support you and your community. I'm so glad you're doing this. It's very vulnerable. I love it.
Thank
If I can ever help in any way, just let me know.
I will. Oh, we would love to have you back. Absolutely. Absolutely. And everybody go check out the Brooke Burke Body app. Go
I
check it
love
out.
it.
It's amazing.
Thank you. And then we could connect too. And for your community, a lot of people might not realize that on the app, I do a free meetup every Monday at 8:30 in the morning. It's free, like no strings attached. And you can connect with a group of like-minded women. We set ourselves up for success during the week. We talk about wellness, fitness, tips, tricks. I have guest speakers, doctors, like a little bit of everything. It's a 30-minute meeting and it's free. So it's nice to be part of a community that really matters and that holds you accountable.
And how will they sign up for that, Brooke?
Brooke Body, you can go on the App Store, really anywhere where you find your apps. The first week is even free, so give it a try. If you don't love it, I wouldn't be offended, but I just feel like we all need a group. We need people to count on and belong to. And my app is for everybody at all different fitness levels.
Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Well, again, so excited.
Thank you.
And I will have you again because you're amazing.
Thank you.
And I hope that everyone enjoyed this vodcast. Oh my gosh. It was just such a blessing and so much fun. And we have so much more to say because we could talk for hours. So
we will. I'll call you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Don't need you. Tell me what I can and can't do. I'm in charge of what I feel. It's just a game I play